What a medley. What a week of exciting football. It was immense. Edge of your seat stuff. Like, as a football fan, right? And also maybe bigger picture as a sports fan. I watched the NBA as well, but as a football fan, it was crazy. The Champions League was amazing. This is what you watch. This is what you live for. This is what you wait for the whole season. The best part of the year, the knockout stages, where the UCL is gonna throw up some crazy games, drama, surprises. And as an Arsenal fan, I haven't been this happy in a very long time about my team. I mean, we've had good seasons the past 2 seasons, right? But in the Champions League, um, this is one of the best. This is one of the best results for Arsenal Football Club in the UCL in Europe, because we haven't won the competition, but we have had some nights where like like where Arsenal Football Club in Europe have climaxed, beating Barcelona 2-1, beating Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. Now this tie, beating Real Madrid home and away. Amazing. Arsenal were the only team. Also, Arsenal were the only team to win home and away in the quarterfinals. So that was fantastic for my team. But please remember, before we get started, remember to subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a lot. We're looking to get to 50 subscribers to be able to do live videos. That would be great for us. We want to do more content. I know I haven't been posting much, but I haven't been feeling well. But I am back. Look us up on Instagram as well at We Talk Football 24, and look us up on Facebook at We Talk Football. So let's get into it. Let's start. Like today, I want to do I want to do a little bit of a review of the quarterfinals and also try to predict what's going to happen in the semifinals. PSG, Arsenal, and on the other side, Barcelona, Inter Milan. But I mean, there's no better place to start with than Real Madrid, Arsenal, and it was like, as I said before, this was probably one of the best nights for Arsenal in European football, and it started. It started this week, and all week, football fans, Arsenal fans, we heard about, Real Madrid, remontada. The Bernabeu is going to be closed. Rodrigo's father at the Bernabeu praying 4 a.m. But Arsenal came. Arsenal came. Rice came. They said, close the Bernabeu. Rice cooks well when you close the lid. Anyway, wow, like Arsenal came and they said, it don't matter. Doesn't matter. Real Madrid, fake Madrid, Galacticos Madrid, close the Bernabeu Madrid, Ala Madrid. Arsenal home and away. Arsenal home and away, bro. Like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't expect Arsenal to win home and away, but if you watch both games, the winner, Arsenal, they deserve to go through. They outplayed Real Madrid in all facets, offensively, defensively. Arsenal, I was worried. We had Jakub Kivior in defense for both legs. We know Gabriel is out for the whole season, but he fit in like a glove, and the loss of Gabriel didn't affect Arsenal very, very much. We were able to still be defensively solid. And other than other than the mistake by William Saliba, who I actually think, I mean, he was the one who lost the ball and he was the last man, but I do think someone should have given him a message. I mean, that's football, man. Like someone has to give you. When I give you the ball, I have to give you a message to say, man behind you, man on you, or something like turn, and then you can turn, or you either have to play at the same time. But other than that goal, which Vinicius Junior went crazy about as if Remontada was back on. Other than that goal, Real Madrid didn't threaten us. Rodrigo, I said about Rodrigo is overrated. I mean, he's a good player. I like him. But people talk about him and they compare him to someone who was playing in the same game on the other side. And Real Madrid, the Maca, said they dubbed him the tormentor. I'm talking about Bukayo Saka. So they compared Rodrigo to Bukayo Saka. He's nowhere close to Bukayo Saka. Like, the way I judge footballers is, I mean, I know there's good players, but the great ones can carry a team. The great ones are like, without this guy, we're not winning trophies, we're not winning games. So that's how I look at Rodrigo. Without Rodrigo, Real Madrid still win all those titles that they've won. They win all those Champions Leagues. I don't think they need Rodrigo to function. And like, he was marked out the game by an 18-year-old Miles Lewis Skelly, who's not even a left back, but he's excelling as a left back. You know what I mean? So defensively, Arsenal was solid. Rodrigo was subbed twice. He was subbed in the first leg and in this game. That tells you all about it, man. Mbappe, I feel like Saliba took it as a personal thing to man mark Kylian Mbappe out of the game. Both ties. I mean, I saw Saliba following Kylian Mbappe all the way to the touchline and coming back, following him everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, going with him in midfield. When he drops deep, Saliba was right there. He never gave him a chance. I mean, not that Saliba, kind of messed with the structure of the team, but he was right there close with Kylian Mbappe. Especially when Mbappe would get close to the edge of the box or in the box. It was Saliba's assignment. And offensively, Arsenal were fantastic. They punished Madrid. As I said, like, it could have been 6. Bukayo Saka missed a penalty, tried to Panenka a penalty, which I was quite upset about, for a while. For long stretches of that game, I was quite upset until he scored that chip. But I was upset with him because he tried to Panenka the penalty. And I was like, we don't need to Panenka things against Real Madrid. You know what I mean? This is the Lions' Den. We're at the Bernabeu. They closed the stadium, blah, blah, blah. But you still want to have like 100% focus on what you're doing. Give them no chance. Like, have that winner's mentality. You're Panenkaing and we're not even out of the tie. You know what I mean? And I don't like that. I want Arsenal to have full focus. And even we have to go to PSG and face them twice and the final, possibly. We don't need energy like Panenka's, bro. So, but offensively, we did well. I think Martinelli is going to cause a little bit of trouble in terms of, we've gone through transfer rumors about Arsenal and the left-hand side, and Arsenal are looking, I think they are very, very much interested in Nico Williams. Now, with the kind of form that Martinelli is showing, do Arsenal still need to buy Nico Williams? That's going to be a big question. I say yes. I feel like we need to get Nico Williams or another left-sided winger. I think Martinelli, just like Rodrigo, Martinelli is good, but he's not going to carry the team. And so I feel like Arsenal right now needs someone to take us to the next level. But the other sides as well played well, like looking at the other games. PSG didn't really play that well. And I feel like this is the kind of team that Arsenal thrive against. Teams that just go for it, open. And I think Arsenal do have a good chance of, getting past PSG. Because when I watched PSG, they were just going forward. You it was hard to tell that Aston Villa were the side who were actually chasing PSG. The way PSG were playing, they were just going forward. They were attacking. Both fullbacks were going forward. Both fullbacks, Hakimi and Mendes, they were really really offensive. They really went at Real Madrid. They went at Aston Villa, and like the way they were going forward, they left so much space for Aston Villa to attack. And they did. I think it was also a huge mistake for Unai Emery to take out Marcus Rashford because he was having a really good game. He had created a goal. He was causing a whole lot of trouble for PSG, for Pacho and Marquinhos. That's the other side of PSG, man. Like, their midfield is great. Offensively, they have Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, they have Barcola and Desiree Doué coming on, but they said the defense. Hakimi and Mendes are great wing backs, right? They're great fullbacks, but Pacho and Marquinhos, they don't really strike fear in me. Now, the other side is Arsenal don't have a number 9, but Mikel Merino is playing really well, and props to him. He's been amazing, man. And yesterday against Ipswich, he dropped into midfield and he was great. So, like, early on, people were doubting Merino, but he's been good. Especially second half of the season, he's been fantastic. So, it's going to be an interesting tie with PSG because offensively they're fantastic, but defensively they are gettable. They have scored 30 goals, same number of goals as Arsenal actually. Arsenal have scored 30 goals, PSG 30, but Arsenal have only conceded 7 goals this season. And PSG have conceded 14 goals. So it's going to be a very interesting battle because both teams offensively are good, but it's going to be down to the defenses, I guess. The managers, I think Luis Enrique is slightly a better manager than Mikel Arteta right now. He's more proven. Also, that's the other thing. I'm not sure if Arsenal are ready yet to take it to the next level. I do say it was great for Arsenal to beat Real Madrid. It was an important result for Arsenal football as a club. You know what I mean? Because it makes it like it gives Arsenal the mentality and the momentum to say, you know what, like we can go deep. For example, like we can go deep in the title race in the PL. And we've done that for a couple of seasons. But now it's like we actually have to win the PL. I think the same kind of feeling will go into the Champions League where it's like we got past Real Madrid, the holders, and we're in the semi-finals. If we don't win it this season, then I feel like it's good momentum going into next season and the following season after that, or whenever, until Arsenal win the league, until the Champions League, until we get over the hump. But for this tie, I don't know if we will be. I don't know if Arsenal will be able to get past PSG. PSG are really really good, but Arsenal are slight favourites, betting favourites. So let's see. Thomas Partey is going to be a big miss. We need Thomas Partey to be, great against Vitinha, Neves, and Ruiz. That was going to be a really interesting battle. But he's only suspended for the first leg. He'll be back at in the second leg away to PSG. Now again, this has happened again. Arsenal are starting at home and they have to go for the second leg away. I don't know, man. That's weird because Arsenal were the third best team in the Champions League group stages, and we've played really well in knockout stages. But in the knockouts, we only played the second leg at home against PSV. So anyway, let's see how that goes. It's going to be very great. Now the other side of the bracket, That's the interesting tie. That's the other interesting one with Barcelona and Inter Milan. Both styles are just like you cannot find more contrasting styles than Barcelona and Inter Milan. Inter Milan have only conceded 5 goals this season, the best defensive record in the UCL, but they've only scored 19 goals. They've scored the least number of goals of the teams in the semifinals. But the way they play so solidly. They play so compact together. Their defense is one of the best in Europe, if not the best in Europe. I say it's Arsenal's defense, but you have great players like Alessandro Bastoni, Demarco, Dumfries, and I think they do play really, really solid football. Their system, their five at the back, is great. They also have a really solid working midfield. Not Baresi, Barella in midfield. Barella, Hakan Çalhanoğlu. And someone who surprised me is Hendrik Mkhitaryan. He was a flop at Man United, no two ways about it. He was a flop at Arsenal, no two ways about it. But he's come in at Inter Milan. I think he might be the weakest link, but he is playing well. In the Inter Milan midfield, I think he might be one that could be gettable for Barcelona. And that's going to be an interesting battle as well. The midfield battle, because Barcelona have Pedri, who's probably the best midfielder this season. You know what I mean? And he controls everything for Barcelona. He's their most important player. He's their engine. He makes Barcelona play. In my opinion, I think Pedri has been either the best or second best player for Barcelona. I think it's either him or Lamine Yamal. I know Rafinha has got all these goals and has great stats this season, but I think those other two boys have been better than Rafinha. They're more important to Barcelona than Rafinha, in my opinion. But Rafinha has played at a world-class level this season. He's been awesome as well. So it's going to be interesting. Marcus Thuram's number 9 player has been absolutely amazing. He's hard to deal with. That's like the thing with Marcus Thuram. He has everything. He has the talent, right? He has the technical ability to be world class. He has the physical build. He's like 6'2", 6'3", and he can run. He's fast. And now I think he's starting to add more importance to the Inter Milan team. He scores goals. Lautaro Martinez is there as well. He's always consistent, always scoring goals, even though his name is not spoken about enough in Europe. But Lautaro Martinez's name. He's going to be there. He's going to score goals. He's going to be lethal. He's a danger. You know what I mean? So that's like Inter Milan are probably the most balanced team left in the Champions League. I mean, Arsenal have a great defense, great midfield, not a great attack. Our front players are not that great. Even though we've scored 30 goals, fourth most. PSG, great midfield, great attack, not a great defense. They've conceded 14 goals. Their fullbacks are really offensive. And as I said, I don't trust Pacho and Marquinhos as a centre-back pairing. Barcelona, not a great defense as well. They concede a lot. If you watched yesterday's game, I can't remember the Celta Vigo striker, the number 7, scored a hat-trick. He punished Barcelona in the title race, man. Like, they're conceding goals easily. I think Barcelona have conceded, 17 goals? That's a lot. That's a lot of goals. Of the teams remaining, Barca have conceded the most. But they have scored 37, which is number 1 in the whole competition. Not great defense. Great midfield, great attack. Inter Milan are the most balanced team left. Great defense, great midfield, great attack. So let's see how that tie goes. It's going to be such a clash because Barcelona are offensive. Barcelona's attack, bro. Their attack, my dog, it's activated. It's in full effect. Every game, it's either Lamine Yamal will punish you, score goals or assist. Lewandowski scores goals. He's the sniper. He's the assassin. Rafinha will either score or assist a goal. They they are lethal. At any point of the game, they can score. And in recent weeks, I think we've seen Ferran Torres also chipping in and scoring some crucial goals. He's a few weeks ago he scored 2 goals against Atletico Madrid. I think that was the Copa del Rey semi-final, and he scored again yesterday for Barca. But that's the kind of offensive fire that Barcelona have this season. They're lethal. But so quick predictions. I think tactically Inter Milan are slightly better tactically than Barcelona, but because Barcelona have such a great offense, the coaches I think they're evenly matched. Hansi Flick and Simone Inzaghi, I'll give that a wash. And I think Inter Milan make it through just because defensively they're great, but also they can score goals. And I think they will. If Celta Vigo can score 3 goals at the Camp Nou against Barcelona, I think Inter Milan can score about 2 goals, both legs, and probably keep Barcelona at bay. In Arsenal PSG, that's a tricky one. PSG are a young team, and I think Arsenal are slightly more experienced. Like Arsenal are a young team too, but slightly more experienced going into Premier League title games, big games. We've just been Real Madrid. Um, both teams have like flaws that can be exposed. Like PSG's defense can be exposed, but Arsenal's offense can we be great enough, and also can Arsenal's defense keep another rapid fire activated full effect offense. PSG's offense, can Arsenal keep those guys at bay? So I'm gonna. This is tough. This is tough. This is hard. I'm gonna go into Milan to go through to the final. And I think PSG make it. I think it's going to be a PSG Inter Milan final. There's a feeling in me that's kind of maybe Arsenal is still not ready yet to get to make that jump. So let's see, man. I hope I'm wrong. If ever I do want to be wrong about something, this is it. I do hope I'm wrong about Inter Milan making it to the final. Anyway, tell me what you think, guys. Comment down below, like, share. Let us know what you think about, this video. Also, share with people, subscribe to the channel, get us to 50 subscribers. And anyway, I hope you guys have a really, really good week. Adios. Awareness.